So I've been plugging away with the harness. I get the harness all in, all plugged in everywhere. Now the fuel system's all temporary because I ordered a Skunk 2 Street Ultra intake manifold. So I'm gonna run probably, I'm gonna run the center feed probably up into the fuel rail. So all this is gonna change. I'm gonna mount this somewhere. All the filters are gonna get mounted somewhere. So there's still a lot of things that I wanna do to change this up. Same with the wiring. I wanna do different wiring. I wanna put like jump things right here so I could hook up jumper cables if I have to. But just wanna get it started. So I'm gonna throw some oil in it. I'm gonna make sure that the drain plug's in there because I have no idea. I think it is, but I don't think it's tight. That should be a 17. Let's see if I get it from maybe right here. I think I get it from here. Now that I've had this all part on the front. So guys. She's tight. Tight filter. So I have to hook up. Good thing I remembered before I primed it. I have to hook up the turbo feed and the boost turbo or oil pressure gauge, or I would have been shooting oil out everywhere. It's crazy how quickly it loads up with crap back there. That's why I want to change all these fuel lines and everything, and then the harness also is and do something different with that. But all that stuff adds up quick. I want to make it simple, make like the fuel line hidden somehow. Everything I want to be hidden. I mean, the turbo goes there, but still. So I hooked up the oil pressure gauge temporarily, and then I capped off the turbo feed here. That way we could run it without the turbo real quick, clean it out before I blow crap in my turbo, and all that good stuff. And we can make sure it has oil pressure. I was gonna take the plate off, but then I want to be able to see oil pressure. And I like to see the oil pressure. This isn't the right size. This Allen down here is freaking American size. And I don't have American tools. Everything I own is metric. But of course, my favorite screwdriver has something in it that will fit. This is just temporary. I didn't even put like anything on it to stop it from leaking. We're just gonna send it. There we go. Wish me luck. No leaks, it's all staying in so far. Okay. I'm gonna throw some spark plugs in it, and then we have to prime it, but the battery's probably completely dead, so I'm gonna have to get the Civic in here to jump it. And I still have to hook up a few grounds here and there. But I already have a ground wire right here, pre-made, and there's a crappy one right here too, already pre-made. So there's two, and then here's one for the battery for now. So the battery's dead, but it's beeping. I wonder if it'll prime. I don't think it has enough power. Getting life support out. I don't know if it matters, but I might have these backwards. All right, I'm gonna turn it over without the spark plugs in, and without the spark plugs in, and the fuel pump's not even priming, so we're good there. How was that?
Yeah, no oil pressure.
So I want to keep turning it until I get oil pressure. I gotta start the car. There we go. There we go. Alright, set for leaks. Got oil flowing. So I put the spark plugs in. Now we'll see if it makes compression. We know it has oil. Let's see about compression. You should be able to tell the car should bog down over there. Sound like compression? All right, well, I give up on this tonight. Fuel pump won't prime. There's no power to the ECU. So I must have something unplugged somewhere that I can't remember because I did eliminate a lot of stuff. So I got to think about it. It does have compression. It does have oil pressure, which is good. I just can't figure out what I'm missing. I mean, the car ran when it was in here. So what did I do? We'll figure it out.
So I'm laying here in bed. I just woke up from a dream. I think I dreamt about why my car won't prime the fuel pump. I did not ground the main harness on the valve cover. That would be why. It's crazy the stuff I can think about in my dream. But yep, we'll try that here in a little bit. It's like 5 o'clock right now.
All right, so I know why it's not working. I didn't ground the valve cover. Here's our problem, probably right here. Yep, right there. That needs to go on the ground. All right, now let's see if it primes. See how many fuel leaks we have. There it is. There it is. There it is. See any leaks yet? I think it'll start. Alright, so I don't think the battery's gonna be strong enough to start it, but let's try it. You guys can watch and tell me what happens. Maybe I should cover the back of the firewall with something so the flames don't shoot out. And ruin my new paint job. gotta jump it across again. Well, it started. I just can't run too long because it's shooting flames out of the firewall. It already caught this on fire. So everybody knows what the first thing to do is, and that's clean the mess from the last time I worked out here late at night. But we know the car does run, so a couple things to do. It sucks that I don't have an exhaust for this. I have to put the turbo system on no matter what. It's not like I could just throw an exhaust manifold on it and then go for a ride. Whole car needs finished to drive. So, we don't see any leaks, right? No leaks yet. That's a good thing. I also went to Harbor Freight and got a bleeder that hooks up to my air compressor to make it easier to bleed these brakes because there's no fluid in it right now. Maybe a little bit in the back lines, but that's about it. And I bought the crappy gloves again. I'm hoping I got a bigger size, and I'm hoping that they're better this time. Because I don't know if you noticed in every video, my gloves are always ripped. But these are extra large, and they still feel a little too small. So here's the turbo kit. And I do know that this exhaust pipe is cracked again, but in a different spot. I'll show you where, right here. So, see it right there, cracked, and then it's cracked all the way around to there. So I messaged the welder to see what we can do about that, but I also want to continue this down and out the back of the car. I want it to be super quiet, at least quiet, and then do a electric cutout for when I'm in boost. Looks like we are leaking a little bit right there too. That might be, yeah. And then this is a BorgWarner S257. It's a small turbo. Yeah, S200 SX. Billet wheel. It should do good. It made 500. It'll make more on E85. All right, so I threw a clutch line on it. Just bent one up real quick. Comes from there around down over top the transmission to the front here. I want to do that in a braided line eventually. What I should have done was put the intermediate shaft on while it was out of the car, but I forgot about that. So we also still have in the trunk the axles, intermediate shaft, oil drain right there, the headlights, the bumper, the battery's charged. I took that to work, and turbo's ready, and then we got to work on the cooling system. So I'm putting the intermediate shaft in, and I see a leak, but I think it's from in between the girl and the block. Whoa, hold on. See it like there? Because that's the pan right there, and if you go up higher, there's oil there. Future Frank here. Actually, I think that oil leak that I was showing is probably from when the engine was upside down and there was oil sitting on that ledge, and then when I flipped it back over, it just slowly fell down. But that's it. Enjoy. Alright. Let's see if I can not bang everything up. How do I do this? So we're gonna have to fix this somehow. It's in the way. I'm gonna have to see if I could turn it. Well, I just went through all that, and guess what I forgot? The gasket. Ran. I could see through the throttle body right there. It needs closed. Needs the idle screw taken out. All right, let's try it again. I closed the throttle body to see if it'll even idle now. So I got some coolant in it. I got the axles, or this axle in. I'm about to drain the fluid, if there's anything left, and put new fluid in it. But this side's all done. Well, she runs good. Axles are in. Just gotta do the brakes, all the vacuum lines. I was just doing this just to bleed the brakes for now. But I gotta run all the vacuum lines for the turbo, the wastegate, the brakes, intercooler piping. All this is temporary. I didn't want to show anybody this, but I'm waiting on my AN line for the radiator so I can use the AN fittings. These guys right here, instead of a slip-on. But I don't have the hose. AN line's just like this stuff, but this big. So I'm waiting on that, and I still have to put the throttle cable in, hood release. I don't know. We'll do all that tomorrow, I guess. So technically the only thing stopping me from driving it right now would be brakes. Oh, and I can't find the cylinder, the reservoir for my brake booster, for my clutch line. I had it over here, I painted it, and then I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. Temperature's good. Battery's charging. Good oil pressure. No gas. ABS light I'm gonna have to unplug. Factory radio, looking sweet. So I made it up here to the gas station. Look how ghetto it looks with that spare tire. Sleeper. Sleeper. Paint looks horrible, everything. Sleeper. Oh wait, what's that?